Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Cyber Tech for Life. Hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully, a week long wait is enough. Um, but I want to say welcome. Thank you for coming. Time to get to it. As you all know, if you watched the last video, we work on 5 questions for the CYSA Plus. This is what we're doing right now. I am considering adding more videos throughout the week. I'm trying not to burn myself out. I'm excited about this. I want to give product and information to people that are taking the exams. If you have questions, put it in the chat. Subscribe and like, as you know, for the algorithms. And let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. I think last video I was a little bit too slow. So let's get this thing started, all right? We're going to start off with the first question. Now, all this is coming from CompTIA, okay? These are all coming from CompTIA. This is not something that's made up or anything to that effect. So that way you guys get the understanding, the clarity, and all that good stuff that they are looking for the actual exam. Excuse the glare in my glasses too. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Have to shut that off. I think that might have actually given me some good lighting, to be honest with you. But that's okay. Let's get started. All right. Did I miss? All right. Hold on one second. All right. Here we go. All right. First question, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be chapter 1, domain 1, security operations, ladies and gentlemen. CYSA plus. Get yourself together, get it ready. This is something that I'm working on, that I'm studying on. Also, if you don't know, I've already taken my IC Square CC, certified in cybersecurity, and now I'm working on my CYSA Plus right now. I'm in my master's program right now, and I decided, if you don't know, I decided to build out this YouTube channel to help individuals like me. Everybody that I talk to after they've passed it, I don't feel that it's adequate enough information to assist individuals who are trying to pass. Did you do this? Did you do that? It's the same response, but it's no detailed breakdown. You understand what I'm saying? And then at the same time, I notice when I go through YouTube to try to find um, Q and A's, that kind of thing, I don't find many. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's a couple people who are dealing with the same thing that I'm dealing with right now. Let's put this on YouTube while I'm pushing to that next level, just like they are, and let's get this stuff together. Let's close this deal together. Let's get this cert together. Move on to the next, and so on and so forth. All right. So let's start with number 1, ladies and gentlemen. This is, once again, Security Operations Chapter 1. Number 1, Olivia is considering potential sources for threat intelligence information that she might incorporate into her security program. Which one of the following sources is most likely to be available without a subscription fee? Most likely available without a subscription fee. Okay, we got A, vulnerability feeds, B, open source, C, closed source, and D, proprietary. This is one of the easier questions, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to give you a second to pause the video, rewind it if you need to, uh, and figure it out. And then we'll get back to it. All right. So I'll give you a second. All right. Hopefully, you guys were able to rewind, listen again, listen to the answers, and figure out what the response is. The answer is definitely open source. And I want to make sure I go to yes, it's open source. So in this particular question, the key that we want to look at, which one of the following sources is most likely to be available without a subscription fee? Okay, so they have certain groups, threat intelligence feeds, groups that have fees that you pay on a monthly basis to get information, and then you have open source, OSINT type of information that, or you could Google or whatever, that's free of charge. That's just out there for the public. Okay, so that's what that's talking about. So the answer is B, open source. Hopefully you guys got that answer right. Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next. Number two. Number two. Remember, this is security operations. Okay. Roger is evaluating threat intelligence information sources and finds that one source results in quite a few false positive alerts. The lowers, this lowers his confidence level in the source. What criteria for intelligence is not being met by this source? Okay, so that's A, timeliness, B, expense, C, relevance, and D, accuracy. Okay, let's go over that question one more time. Roger is evaluating threat intelligence information sources and finds that one source results in quite a few false positive alerts. Okay, the lowers this lowers his confidence level in the source. What criteria for intelligence is not being met for this source? You got A, timeliness, B, expense, C, relevance, and D, accuracy. Okay, so think about it, take your time, let's figure it out. Okay, give you a second to rewind if you need to. Rewind if you need to. Okay. All right. The answer is D, accuracy. Accuracy, ladies and gentlemen. So look at the key in the questions. I try to do that as much as possible, but sometimes when we taking these other practice exams from CompTIA, practice exams from Udemy, from Jason Dion, from Pocket Prep, from all these other sources, they give us various answers and various questions that really trick you. It confuses you a little bit. There was a question that I had the other day that was separate that used the word for forensic analysis with root cause analysis. Or excuse me, forensic investigation with root cause analysis. And from my understanding at that time, those are two separate things. Root cause is root cause. What is the root cause? Versus forensic analysis, which is a detailed breakdown of information needing to be found about the compromise that occurred. And they use those interchangeably within the particular question. And I'm still wrecking my brain to understand how one one is in regard to another. It just didn't make sense to me. But I guess this is just how it works for this test, and this is why I'm doing this right now. Okay. So the answer is accuracy. All right, let's move on to number 3. Brad is working on a threat classification exercise, analyzing known threats and assessing the possibility of unknown threats. Which one of the following threat actors is most likely to be associated with an advanced persistent threat? A hacktivist, B, a nation state, C, an insider, or D, organized crime. You all go ahead and take a look, rewind the video, whatever you got to do, and get back to me on the answer. Okay? Keywords: advanced persistent threat, APT. Ladies and gentlemen, the A, the P to the T. Okay? All right. So y'all take a break, figure it out, come back. All right. Give y'all a second. I should add some music. You guys think I should add some music? Maybe. I might just cut this down the middle and just do a flipper rule or something like that. Mm-mm, mm. Where we at? All right. So the answer is B, nation state, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't gone over the explanation and I probably should be going over the explanation, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm going to do is let's get through the next couple. So it's only going to be five, but let's get through this one. So we got through number three, which is nation state. Um, so we're going to do four and five, and then I'll go to the explanation of why the answer is what it is, if you don't already know, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All right. So let's move on. Number four. What term is used to describe the groups of related organizations that pool resources to share security threat information and analysis? Is it A, SOC, B, ISAC, ISAC, C, CERT, CERT, and D, CIRT, CERT and CERT. So pause that. That's a quick question. Get back and we'll get the answer. Once again, it's what term is used to describe the groups of related organizations that pool resources to share cybersecurity threat information and analysis? I know what the answer is. Do you know what the answer is, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, the answer is B, ISOC. And if you didn't know the answer, you could do elimination technique, where you know CERT, CIRT, computer information response, computer incident response team. And then CERT deals with incident response also, but it's emergency response team that usually deals with corporations and so on and so forth. The SOC, Security Operations Center. So you could do elimination as far as that's concerned. All right, number five. Singh incorporated the Cisco Talos tool into his organization's threat intelligence program. He uses it to automatically look up information about the past activity of IP addresses, sending email to his mail servers. What term best describes this intelligence source? They get you with the best. What's the best? Is Nike the best or is Reebok the best? I don't wear Reeboks. I don't think I ever wore Reeboks. Always wear Nikes. You a Reebok person? Don't disrespect. Anyway, let's move on. So what term best describes this intelligence source? You got A, open source, B, behavioral, heuristic, C, reputational, D, indicator of compromise. All right, let's flip that back. All right, so once again, what term best describes this intelligence source? A, open source, B, behavioral, C, reputational, and D, indicator of compromise. Number five. I'll give you a second. Pause the video, rewind it if you need to, and let's get to it. This is number five. All right. All right. It's quick. The answer is C, reputational, ladies and gentlemen. Reputational. So that's five. That's going to be the questions, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go to the explanations real quick. I have my little book here. Let's go to the explanation real quick. So number one, B. So open source intelligence is freely available information that does not require a subscription fee. Open source was the answer. Open source intelligence does not require a subscription fee because it's open to the public. It's like going into the New York Public Library, for example. You could walk in, and read whatever you like. If you want to check a book, you're gonna have to check it out, but and have a card and all that stuff. Become a member. Okay, even give a donation or two. All right. So open source intelligence is freely available information that does not require a subscription fee. Closed source and proprietary intelligence are synonyms and do involve payments to the providers. Vulnerability fees may be considered threat intelligence, but they normally come with subscription fees. That goes over the other answers. So if you need to go back, please do. Number two, number two is D. An intelligent source that results in false positive errors is lacking in accuracy, which is the answer, because it is providing incorrect results to the organization. Those results may still be timely and relevant, but they are not correct. Okay, so understand that too. So let's go to number three, B. It is possible for any of these threat actors to be affiliated with an advanced persistent threat, but the highest likelihood is that a sophisticated APT, advanced persistent threat, would be associated with a nation state rather than a less resource alternative. And the reason why, if you don't know, is because nation states deal a lot with governments, global governments, and they have the financial backing to have something that's persistent and advanced and long term and, you know, all of that good stuff. Okay, let's go to number four, B. The Department of Homeland Security collaborates with industry um, through information sharing and analysis centers. So ISAC. I really don't know how that's said. I think I'm saying it right, ISAC, but it is the Information Sharing and Analysis Centers. Um, these ISACs cover industries such as healthcare, financial, aviation, government, and critical infrastructure. And that's some good information for you guys to have if you want to do some more research, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so now number five, C. This source provides information about IP addresses based on past behaviors. This makes it a reputational source. Past behaviors, reputational. Um, a behavioral source, which is the other answer, would look at information about current behavior. This is a product offered by Cisco and is proprietary, not open source. It does not provide indicators that would help you determine whether your system had been compromised. So that is the answers, ladies and gentlemen. If you are studying, utilizing the CISA Plus exams, ladies and gentlemen. Um, my suggestion is get the practice test as well as the study guide hardcover. I tried to use it using Audible, and Audible, they you could listen to it verbally. The thing is, there's a lot of information in there that, especially code language, um, that you won't be able to get because of the way that the person that's speaking is providing the information. Unfortunately, at least for me, it didn't work out that way. So I had to get the hardcover. Even online with the computer with Wiley, giving the practice test, I've taken all those, gone through all of those, everything, man. You name it, done it, going back. And Pocket Prep, I've been doing that too, you name it. So if you guys have any questions, have any struggles happening right now, put it in the comments. Let me know what it is. Let our people know what it is, and maybe somebody that's in the, a part of the group, the subscribers, can answer your question. Okay, you don't have to be silent about this. Okay, if you're having issues trying to study and get through this, then let us know. If you failed at one time, fine. Let us know. Let's figure this thing out together and let's close the gaps, right? We all are closing these gaps, and we're trying to do this in a shorter period of time than necessary. If we could do it, great. Okay. The other thing, and I think it's an amazing resource to have, is the Anki deck, ANKI, those flashcards. One thing I could tell you, Is the flashcards, I don't know if it's because for me, when I'm taking exams, whatever I get incorrect, I put on those flashcards, like the specific information of what the answer was, the definitions, all that. And it makes me at least feel as though I'm actually absorbing the information, because the next day and the following day when you go back to Anki, they refresh. There's different cards, but there's also some of the other cards that you put quote unquote hard, and you go back and you read it and you say, oh, I remember that. It's this. You click on the button and boom, it shows you that, and now it's easy. Now that tells you, okay, I actually know this, right? It's not just the question and answer that I'm studying or memorize it. And worst case scenario, if you do feel that way, go to the hardcover study guide and look up the information. Go to the back of the book, look at the definitions, or find a specific word, look up the definitions or whatever. I still got a bit of ways to go, but you know what? It's okay. This is how we're going to get through it. We're going to get through this thing together. Let me know if you guys want more Q&As during the week, or if you guys like the fact that it's every Monday or what have you. Okay, this is quick, this is easy. If you guys want questions that pertain to ISC Square CC, which is a separate exam, fine. I do plan on putting out videos about cybersecurity as a whole and bringing on individuals that are in the industry already that have surpassed the process of getting CYSA. Some of them don't have to get the CYSA because they get in the CISA, or they have the CISA. They focusing more on PCI, the GRC aspect, Um, so yeah, that's going to be it for the day, ladies and gentlemen. That's the show. Once again, subscribe and like if you like this video, you like the content. Once again, message if you got questions. And Anki Deck, ladies and gentlemen, Anki Deck. All right. I'll be talking to you all later. Have a wonderful day.